do this. I'm trying to go live on Instagram. Why is this so hard? Okay. Hey, everybody that's watching this. I'm just trying to go live on Instagram at the same time. I don't know why I can't figure it out. Oh, here we go. Live title May 2021 Oracle. May 21 Oracle messages. Alright, cool. Love technology so much. This is so hard. Ooh. Okay. Almost there. Whoa, that's scary. Alright. Okay. I'm live both on my YouTube for my Patreon and then also on Instagram at the same time. So there's a lot of technology going on here. Hopefully it's working. Welcome to the May 2021 Oracle messages. I'm not doing the weekly Oracle messages anymore. It was just like a little too much. So for my patrons and also for my Instagram, hey people, hey. So for my patrons, if you are a patron, if you're subscribed to my Patreon, you'll be able to watch the entire message, not just a general message, but also getting into the messages for relationships, career, spiritual development, and career, life purpose, and spiritual development. Hey, everybody. So you'll be able to get those more specific messages if you join my Patreon. And my patrons will be able to watch this live stream directly from my YouTube, or they can watch the playback later and I'll update it with timestamps. So, yeah, let me think if there's anything else that I needed to announce. Oh, so I still have a couple of spots left for the last week of May if you want to book a reading with me. You can do that at brownbruja.com/book. And I'm also opening registration right now for the free webinar that I'm doing. I don't know what camera to look at, so I'm kind of just like looking at the table. My eyes are like going all over the place. So I'm hosting a free webinar later this month, actually May 18th, on spirit communication, and it's called Am I Making This Up? Spirit Communication for Beginners. So if you're interested, you can find that on my website as well. It's brownbruja.com/free. And if you aren't able to make the time, I'm going to be sending out a recording to everybody that is able, that isn't able, well, everybody that is and is not able to join. You will get a recording afterwards. So, hi, Auntie. My auntie is watching my my live. Okay. All right. So, I don't think I have anything else to say. Let's just get into it. So, for my Instagram live people, I'm gonna cut the video off when the general message is done. Sorry. Well, not sorry. It's still gonna be good. But for the full message, again, head on over to my Patreon where you can subscribe. Hold on, I dropped something. So starting this month, I'm actually switching up the Patreon a little bit. Well, kind of a lot, actually. What we're doing instead, and by we, I mean me, what I'm doing instead of the weekly Oracle messages is I'm going to be uploading this monthly message covering all the areas that we need to cover. And in addition, I'm going to be releasing weekly activities that people can do to work on their spiritual development. And once a month, I'm going to be hosting like a Zoom room. I don't know. Just like I'm going to be holding space for people that have any questions about. That's Nori. I don't know what she's doing. But once a month, I'm going to be holding space for people on Zoom that have any questions about the activities that I'm offering that month, or if they want to just talk about whatever's going on with spiritual development. Did something scary happen to you? Did something cool happen to you? Did you like do a spell and it worked and you want to like talk about and share? Like, yeah, I really am making an intentional pivot towards helping people with their spiritual development and not just like giving readings. I really love channeling. It's every week I connect with something new. I discover a new facet of my gifts, which is really exciting, and I really like working with people one-on-one. But I've been feeling really called and pushed to start teaching people how to do this for themselves. So yeah, if you're interested in that, join my Patreon, or you can book a one-on-one session with me if you want to just work with me directly. Okay, that was a really long introduction. So let's get into the general messages for May 2021. All right. What do the people that are going to be watching this need to know for May 2021? Oh, by the way, this is the last time that I'm going to be interrupting myself, hopefully. Happy May Day. Happy International Workers' Day. Celebrating by working. So, yeah, shout out to all the workers out there struggling. Okay. What do we need to know? What do we all need to know for May 2021? General message. Okay, so okay, here are the cards that I picked. We have the Three of Swords. We have the Five of Wands. Seven of Discs or Seven of Pentacles. Five of Discs or Five of Pentacles. And the Nine of Cups. And this is the Rachel True Tarot deck. All right, so let's see what's going on here. I feel like May is gonna be a month of shadow work for a lot of people. And I really feel like it's like stuff that is kind of like stuff that you have kind of repressed or pushed to the side, or like you just didn't really, it's something that that you need to deal with, but you're kind of like, I'm just gonna think about this later because it doesn't feel good. So it feels like, any kind of hurt or trauma that you've experienced from past relationships, like maybe like your first love that really broke your heart, or like your dad or your mom, you know what I'm saying? It feels like something that you're gonna have the opportunity this month to confront something that you really need to heal from, that you've kind of been running away from for a while. And the reason that it's coming up this month, I feel, is because like, what Spirit is showing is that, like, for a lot of people, this is like a May, especially this year, it's like the fifth year of 2021, which the number is five. We're in a Hierophant year, right? It's a year, it's a month of like struggle for growth. You know what I'm saying? Like, so whatever it is that is going to be coming up for you this month, it's you're going to have to deal with it eventually in order to like get to where you need to be like later on this year. I don't so like for example, I'm just like making it up, but let's say somebody has to deal with their daddy issues, right? But they're trying to like make this career transition. So if you don't deal with the daddy issues, if this person doesn't deal with their daddy issues, it's going to be a lot harder for them to make this career transition that they're trying to make. Does that make sense? That's kind of what I'm feeling, what I'm trying to convey. It's like all these things are kind of, it's almost like, you know, the part of the movie where like all the separate storylines are coming together and it's like, oh, like that's how like all of this is meant to like influence my personal development kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's gonna be, for a lot of people, I feel like this month is gonna be kind of rough. Unfortunately, when I picked the cards, I was like, ew, that's not very fun. But, you know, I think also for some people, not for everybody, there's gonna, in struggling through this healing, whatever this might be, you know, the skeletons that you try to keep in your closet, there's gonna be also like a lot of uncovering, like discovering answers to things that you always wanted to know the answer to. I know it sounds very generic, but like it just feels like it kind of reminds me of like when I like first when I was like maybe like 2 months into therapy and I realized like, oh, I'm really fucked up and it's like because of this and because of this and like, so it's almost like, yeah, it's going again along this theme of like, you know, synthesis and just like excavation. That's what I keep seeing, and that's also what is being represented here in this 5 of disc card. It's almost like, you know, yeah, getting down to the root of your trauma or this hurt or whatever it is gonna be really shitty, but at the same time it's gonna like give you answers to questions that you have about, I don't know, about yourself or your family. I feel like there's like family. Some people may be like doing like, I don't know, like ancestral research, and there's gonna be family stuff that comes up, and it's just like things that nobody ever talked about that you had to like go and like find for yourself. And now that I'm saying this, it feels really emotional. So I feel like it's like, yeah, lots of like secrets and things that not only you wanted to like push aside, but also like the people around you. So, you know, it feels super heavy. Like, let me just take a sip of my coffee. I don't want to cry, but I feel like people are going to be crying this month. Sorry to say. Yeah. So please take care of yourselves, you know, and like, my suggestion, even though, you know, you don't have to listen to me, you can just like take what I'm saying with a grain of salt or just throw it away or whatever. But, you know, just lean into it because we have to deal with it anyway. It's like, you know, the nasty medicine that you don't want to take. If you don't take it, you're going to be fucking, you're still not going to feel good. So would you, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to do. But I do suggest that you just like, I don't want to say lean into it, but just like go through it and embrace like the hurt and like the vulnerability that you may feel going through this experience. Because I really feel with the 9 of Cups that it's like, it's going to ultimately make you a better person. Whatever it is, you know, I don't know. It feels really shitty. That's all I'm going to say. But at the same time, like, okay, I said all the junk parts, right? I feel that, again, whatever it is that you are currently trying to work towards, whether it's like a career transition or I don't know, getting out of a relationship or like buying a house or whatever, like with this Seven of Discs card, I feel like any blockages that you may have felt in the past few months, this working through whatever is being represented by the Three of Swords is gonna be like the key to unlocking that for you. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't, I'm scared. I thought May was gonna be like happy, like it's spring and like, fucking, I don't know. I don't want to ever like sugarcoat stuff for you guys, so I'm just telling you. I'm calling it how I see it. So, that was pretty junk. So, I want to actually pull some cards from our Doreen Virtue Angels of Abundance. Oh, Doreen Virtue. Problematic Doreen Virtue. Why'd you have to go that way? I ask myself that every time I use her cards. But anyways, I'm just gonna leave those on the ground. I don't want to pick them up. Okay. Okay, so what is the abundance messages that you have for everybody that is going to be watching this for May 2021? Tell us something nice, please. Because May's gonna be really heavy. Okay, let's see. Alright. Yeah, junk, plain and simple. I love you, Cassie. Okay. And I feel like these are kind of sassy too, so... Okay, fine. Alright, so the cards that we have, the first card that we have is God is your source. God is your source. Then we have pay yourself first. Pay yourself first. Cooperation instead of competition. Oops. And gratitude list. So, honestly, looking at these, I feel like they're not really giving me what I asked for, which is like a nice message. So let me just look at these and see. I mean, okay, so it's not that the messages aren't nice. It's just that it's like they're telling us things that we already know, which is like everything's going to be okay. That's what they're saying with this God is your source card. It's basically like, you know what? Like what you're going through, it might be really shitty, but like but we still got you. And by we, I'm talking about, the divine, your ancestors, your guides. They haven't abandoned you just because you're going through something shitty that like you have to experience on your own, which we all know. We don't walk alone. I forget I think I was listening to Red Nation podcast where they're talking about how like this idea that we're born into this, we enter and leave this world the same way, we're alone. And it's like, that's not true. That's like a very like European American, did I say that weird? Anyway, it's a very European American, US American way of thinking. It's not true. We always walk with our ancestors. We always have our guides. We're all born with at least one guide that stays with us through our whole life. And now that I'm saying that, I'm getting a little emotional again, which is what's happening, you guys? What the heck? Anyway, yeah. Man, I just feel like some people are going to be really going through it this month. So, yeah. It's a very, it sounds kind of like a platitude, like it's just like a nice thing to say, but it is really true that like no matter what, like our guides, our ancestors, like the divine, like they got us, like we can do this. And I feel, why do I feel like I'm gonna cry? I don't know. Okay, moving on to the next card, pay yourself first. This I feel is not necessarily talking about like literally paying yourself first. Like if you're a business person, It could be, but I think more generally, it's like, it's that, thing of like when you go on the airplane, put on your own oxygen mask before you put on other people's oxygen masks. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need to take care of yourself first, no matter what, this month, especially since, like, from what I'm feeling, like it's gonna be kind of rough for most people. I feel like the Scorpio full moon at the beginning of this week is kind of like a what do you call that? Anyway, it's like a hint of like what's to come for me. I don't know why. It just feels like May's gonna be very challenging. So, even though everybody else is going through challenging stuff, doesn't mean that you have to like sacrifice more of your own well being just to like comfort somebody else. Yeah, you're not, this is not going to be forever, but I think in general, yeah, a lot of people that are going to be watching this, like, we just don't take care of ourselves enough, and we tend to like prioritize other people's well-being. But since it's going to be extra rough, you gotta take care of yourself first. Yeah. All right. Okay, man, I asked for nice messages, and now, like I said, they're getting sassy. So the next message, abundance message that I picked for us is cooperation instead of competition. And so, again, it sounds like a platitude, but basically I'm repeating myself, but most of us are going to be going through some like really difficult stuff this month, like inner child work, shadow work, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be emotionally, energetically taxing. And, like, I think I sound like that little boy that's like, well, anyway, I think that when we're going through shitty times, it's easy to be like, or to try and like, compare ourselves to other people. Why is my life so hard? Like, this other person, it seems like they're doing great. But again, it is a platitude, but it's like, don't compare yourself to other people because you don't know the whole story. Just, mind your own business, work on healing yourself so that you can get to the point where like you don't feel like you have to like compare yourself to other people, Okay. And lastly, this is such like I don't like this this month's general message. The last card that we have is gratitude list. Gratitude list. Is it focusing? Yeah, gratitude list. Okay. Honestly, I don't feel like this is helpful at all, but I'm gonna give you the message that is coming through that I'm feeling. So, actually, hold on. I don't like this. I wonder why. I'm gonna ask for some clarification because like, okay, if you're just reading, if I'm just like trying to discern the message just from like reading the face of this card, it's like you should be grateful for all these trials and tribulations that you're going through, and it's like, what? That's a horrible thing to tell somebody. What? Can you please give us some clarification on this card? Okay, so it's not necessarily. Yeah, I knew that it wasn't like the literal message that is on the card. So, for those who are interested, I picked the Four of Cups, Ace of Wands, and the Prince of Discs, or the Prince of Pentacles. And so basically what Spirit is saying is like, what you're going to be experiencing in May is for it's for your own good, it's bitter medicine, but it's going to make you better. And just remember that like what you're experiencing now is going to help you get to this other, this bigger goal that you're trying to achieve for yourself. It's like And I feel like whatever it is that you're aiming towards is something that is it's not something that can be achieved overnight or even like in a month, because this is it's it's bigger than that. I feel like this is gonna like change your life. It feels like, you're pursuing your profession or like something big. This is gonna be like when you achieve this, it's like a watershed moment in your life. That's what I'm feeling with the Prince of Discs, the the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, and it's almost like you're going through this like army obstacle course, and then like it's so the progress is gonna feel really slow. It's gonna feel really grueling. But like once you get out of it, it feels like everything's just gonna like accelerate and like push you so much faster to whatever it is that you're trying to achieve for yourself. And yeah, that's what they're saying here with the Ace of Wands and the Four of Cups. And then, yeah. So, I mean, that's our general message. Sorry it wasn't happy and like, like everything's gonna be great. Just follow your heart and fucking whatever. Like, I feel like I never channel those kinds of messages anyways. But yeah, that's it for the Instagram live portion. If you want to watch the rest of the messages in terms of relationships, career, life purpose, and spiritual development, you need to subscribe to my Patreon. And yeah, okay, goodbye, Instagram people. Okay, let me just upload this real quick. That was fun. I've never done a double recording before, so hopefully this works out. Okay, I don't want to do that. All right, cool. Okay, now it's just us. It's just us Patreon pals. Okay, so let's get into our career messages. I'm going to move this a little bit. Okay. Career messages. So I will be channeling, actually, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just checking the time. What I'm going to do is have you all pick a number. Pick a number between 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Actually, do it now. Pick a number between 1 and 3 for relationships, and then pick another number or the same number between 1 and 3 for career and life purpose, and then pick a number between 1 and 3 for spiritual development. Okay, so you can pick the same number for all of them. You can pick a different number. You can pick multiple numbers. Do whatever you feel called to do. Do that now, and yeah, I will start shuffling and getting into our relationship messages. Group 2, group 3. Okay, so if you picked group 1 in relationships, this is what you need to know. So we have the King of Wands and Justice. All right, I feel like, okay, this is good. I feel like, okay, even though the general message that I just delivered was kind of spicy and kind of rude, I feel like for people who chose the number 1 in relationships, you're gonna have a pretty good month in terms of relationships. I feel like this is romantic. Yeah, it's romantic related, and I feel like this is for people who have long-term partners. Yeah, for people, okay, so if you picked group 1, probably you're already in a relationship, And I feel like it is romantic. It could be platonic or professional, but I feel like it's more romantic. Well, it could be career too. But anyway, what I'm seeing with these two cards is that like you're in a relationship and it's like pretty stable, feels, like it's fine, nothing's really going wrong, maybe kind of boring, but in May I feel like things are going to get like spiced up a little bit, like things are going to either like, romantically get spiced up, or you're taking your professional relationship to the next level. So maybe you're like going to be entering into a business partnership with somebody or something like that. It just feels like you're both moving forward in this chariot, together towards something really exciting. Or otherwise, romantically, well, yeah, maybe you're trying to make a baby, maybe you're trying to get married. Like, it just feels like, especially in romantic relationships, you'll be feeling a lot more passionate towards each other. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling here. But it's almost like, regardless of the nature of this relationship, what Spirit is cautioning is to, like, don't get too excited in the, with the excitement of everything, I guess. Like, try and, can you not? Man, I left Honolulu to escape the mopeds, and, they're just like a different version of that here. But anyways, back to the message. I just feel like, yeah, it's almost like you need to beware of like getting too caught up in the passion, in the emotion, in the excitement of things, and just like try and remember to weigh like also what is practical, what is pragmatic, what is like a better what's a better choice for you long term, rather than just like getting caught up in the moment. Yeah, so that is group 1 in relationships. Moving on to group 2, we have the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Swords. So with group 2, I feel it's a totally different vibe. I feel like these people are having to reevaluate one of their relationships. They're kind of like going inwards, because they need to really think about whether it's time for them to move on from this relationship. So if you're feeling that way, don't feel bad. You need to do what's best for you. You need to prioritize your own well-being, which is, part of what was in the general message. Yeah. And they're saying like, this is the perfect time for you to really think about like, with this 2 of Wands, how do you envision your future? And how does this person that you're with play into the plans that you have for yourself? Because I feel like these people are very, very driven, and not necessarily in terms of like career, but it's like very driven to live a life that satisfies them, to live a life that they can be proud of. And so, that doesn't have to only be with career or life purpose or whatever. It's just like, I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to compromise as much as I feel like I'm compromising now. So it's like, this is a time, it's not only the time to reevaluate your relationship, but also probably to take action on like whatever it is that you decide is right for you. If not in May, then I think like by the end of June is probably a good time for most people in group 2 who have this relationship conundrum to take action. But again, do what's best for you. I'm just like feeling the vibes, and that's just like a general message. So yeah, that is group 2 in relationships. And lastly, for group 3, we have the Empress and the Fool. The Empress and the Fool. Let's see. I feel like these people were or are single, and they're kind of like finally getting, again, this is romantic, or well, it could be romantic or platonic, but or yeah, I'm just going to stop saying what kind of relationship it is and just deliver the message. It feels like these people have been single and they're finally like emerging from the cave of I'm I'm ugly, I'm stupid, I'm clingy, nobody wants to be with me, nobody really wants to be my friend, and I deserve to be alone forever. It's like you're reclaiming your sensuality, your sexuality, and you're kind of like I don't know, it feels like your sense of self, your self-confidence, your perception of your physical body, and then also like your personality is a lot healthier. It's getting a lot healthier this month. And maybe that is related to the shadow work or the inner child work that you may be engaging in this month, but I really feel like at the end of May, the people in group 3 are going to be just feeling a lot better about themselves, feeling a lot more optimistic about, what life has to offer for them in terms of whatever kind of relationship that you may have felt burned in. So yeah, that's amazing. And look out for white animals. White animals may be sending you signs from your guides. Yeah. Ooh. And go hiking. Like go to the mountains. Because both of these cards have mountains in them. They both have mountains and they both have white animals, so that's why I want to point that out. All right. Okay, that's relationships. Now let's move on to career and life purpose. Okay, career and life purpose. Oops. What do people watching this need to know in career and life purpose, May 2021? Please give us 3 groups with 2 cards. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, group 1, in career and life purpose, we have the Prince of Swords, or the Knight of Swords, and the 3 of Discs, or the 3 of Pentacles. This feels really good. So, it feels like people this week are going to be, not this week, people this month in group 1 are going to be launching some kind of new project in their career or life purpose, and it's going to be really collaborative. Yeah, I feel like it could be like some kind of endeavor that you are launching with your friends or your colleagues, or like otherwise just like receiving a lot of like strong support from other people. It's not something really that you're like doing on your own. People in your community, people in your family, your friends, whatever. Like it feels like they're going to be really supporting you and like pushing you to like help you succeed. Yeah, it's almost like the ideas that you have, the people around you are going to help like bring it to the material plane, whether that's giving you money or like helping you acquire materials or whatever it might be. Yeah, so the main message I think here is like, this is your project, so don't worry, like nobody's gonna take it from you, but like don't shy away when people are gonna like offer to help you this month with whatever this is that you're launching in your career life purpose. And okay, so the other thing that I was hearing is that for some people it's gonna be like looking for a new job too. So yeah, just let people help you, I feel like you don't like to let people help you. Okay. Moving on to group 2. Oh, we have the Chariot and the Empress. The Chariot and the Empress. So, okay, what do people in group 2 need to know for career and life purpose in May 2021? Again, I feel like things are moving forward. But it's almost like these people feeling hesitant to move forward in their career and life purpose because they're entering into like unknown territory. So with the Empress, what I feel is like you're going into like the forbidden forest and you're like, what the fuck is in there? I don't know. I've never been into that forest. And same kind of vibes with the Chariot. It's like, okay, like we're going somewhere, we're going on an adventure, and here I go. I'm leaving home, kind of like, Ash in Pokemon, where it's like, like, why are they letting children just like leave home and travel the world and like battle people? But anyway, with these two cards, what Spirit wants to let you know is that although you may feel unprepared, you are very well equipped to take on whatever endeavor it is that you're taking on. Because with the Empress, she has her scepter. She has her scepter, and she's also the motherfucking Empress. Okay, like you can't mess with the Empress. And then we also have the Chariot. You're in like a cool chariot with these two sphinxes who are like very knowledgeable, intelligent creatures, and you have all your armor on. Okay, like you have everything that you need to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. So, it's okay to be scared, but also know that like you wouldn't be in this situation right now if you weren't ready. Okay. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh. And for the third group in career and life purpose, again, we have the Two of Swords and the Two of Wands. So let me just take a look at this and see what's going on here. Okay. So for these people, I feel like these people, similar to everybody else, they're kind of like at like some kind of crossroads or like a point where it's like it's time to make a big decision, time to embark on something. But what Spirit is letting you know is that like, you have a lot of options. That's what they're conveying with the Two of Wands. But with the Two of Swords, they want to remind you that like, you could do like lists of pros and cons, a fucking PowerPoint, Excel spreadsheet, trying to like analyze what would be like the most like, I don't know, beneficial option for you. You can like get opinions from other people. You can consult professional help, but ultimately you have to make the choice for yourself. And it's not going to really be a choice based on like what is the most pragmatic. It's more of like what feels good to you. You know what I'm saying? Like what do you feel excited about doing? Like when you imagine yourself doing that, like do you feel excited? Are you like excited to go to bed so that like when you wake up in the morning it's like, yay, like I get to do this, If you don't feel that way, then it's probably not the right option for you. So yeah, remember that. Don't get too analytical, because I feel like the kind of person that you are, you're not gonna like be weighing in between like bad options. Like everything that you're seriously considering is good, or it will be good for you. So yeah, just go with your heart. Okay. Now moving on to, I'm just laughing at the live stream because it's like a little bit delayed. I look kind of weird, but yeah, let me move this down a little bit. Oops. Okay, moving on to spiritual development. What do the people watching this need to know about their spiritual development in May 2021? Please give us 3 messages with 2 cards each. Spiritual development May 2021. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if you chose group 1 for spiritual development, you have the Lovers and the 6 of Cups. And these are both 6 cards. The Lovers is the 6th card in the major arcana. So let's see what's going on here. It feels really good. To be honest, there's a lot of like balance and duality that I'm seeing here with the Lovers. We have Adam and Eve, allegedly. I think it's Adam and Eve. And then like with the 6 of Cups, we have like 2 kids here. There's the two angels here. There's a lot of like symmetry, at least in this card. That's what caught my eye first. And then also like the placement of the cups here. Like if you just cut this card in half, they would be equal. So what I'm feeling with this imagery is that people this week, I mean, I keep saying this week because I feel like I'm doing the weekly oracle. People this month, I think, are going to be really like holding up a mirror to themselves. It's almost like examining how far you've come, like how far you've grown. And it's almost like, I don't know, like patting yourself on the back for everything that you've accomplished. Because, you know, I feel like the people in this group, like they've gone through kind of like a rough, not rough, but like their spiritual development hasn't been easy. So, you know, looking at how far you've come, you actually realize like, wow, this time last year, this time 6 months ago, 2 years ago, whatever, like I barely knew what the fuck I was doing. Like I was scared to do this and that. And now like here I am listening to my guides, welcoming my ancestors into my life. And like, I think that, you know, it's good to once in a while, just like not, just keep trying to like learn something new, you know. It's like enjoy the extent to which you have developed your gifts so far, because yeah, life is not, you know, life is meant to be enjoyed sometimes, you know what I'm saying, including like enjoying yourself, like congratulating yourself. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing maybe like for some people, it's like, I want to say like doing a spell with somebody else, or like making a potion or something with somebody else. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting that, and I'm also getting like ancestral, connecting with ancestors. Almost like some people will, like if you have a sibling, you might have a dream about like the same ancestor, or like you're in the same place or something like that. So I don't know, just be on the lookout for that. That's probably like only like one person, one or two people, but that's really cool. Yeah, don't be so hard on yourself. You know, you need to celebrate your accomplishments, how far you've come. Yeah. Okay, I feel like there's something else that I'm missing. Birds. So I think there was another group that had like white animals. For you all, it's like birds, black birds. Black birds are coming in to tell you like a good job, you're doing good. Blackbirds, or butterflies, I guess, since there's like a shit ton of butterflies on here, but the blackbirds are what caught my eye. They're like little tiny birds. I don't know if you can see them. But anyway, that is group 1. Moving on to group 2 in spiritual development. Ooh, we have Strength and the High Priestess, like some of my favorite cards in the tarot. These people are like really, I feel like, stepping into their power and like acknowledging how powerful they are when it comes to like manifestation, or like boundaries, like energy boundaries. I just see these people kind of just like pushing their energy out. If like somebody tries to like make you feel bad or like make you feel insecure, I just see you just like shooting your like your energy. Your light is so bright that it just like blinds all of your haters, and like I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, just stand in your power, you know? I think spirit is telling you this, number one, to like kind of like confirm what you may have already been feeling, but also, you know, that like when you're going through whatever, you know, shitty thing this month, it's a reminder that, you know, you're you're here to like do something really big. You're here to help people. You're here to inspire people. So this thing that you're going to be or things that you're going to be dealing with this month, they're not going to take you out. They're not going to like you're not going to stay on the ground. You're going to emerge even stronger. And it's like, you know, I don't know why they're making me think of this, but it's like if you're really strong and buff, it's like you're not going to continue working out with like the baby weights that you thought were like really heavy when you first started working out. If you work out, you know what I'm saying? It's like strong people, in order to become stronger, need to go through more difficult situations than people who aren't as strong. So I guess like you can kind of consider it a compliment that life is throwing like fucking piles of shit at you. I don't know. But yeah, these people, like, you are super powerful. You are super powerful. So don't forget that. I'm like, this is, yeah, don't let the world like try and tell you who you are. I'll say that for sure. Okay, last but not least, group 3 in spiritual development. We have the Six of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Six of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought I got confused, but I didn't get confused. We have the black birds again, but let's see what the message here is. I feel like, okay, so your guides are bringing you up to another level. They're taking you on some kind of journey, and it's going to feel like you don't really have any control. Maybe you're going to start seeing things, feeling things, experiencing things that make you feel really uncomfortable or scared. But just know that whatever it is, like, your guides got you. Like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I feel like some people who chose this group are like, or have been trying to manifest a certain result in their life, and they just feel like they're hitting a wall. And it's like, I'm trying to do this. Like, why isn't life letting me do this? And you just feel yourself getting continuously pulled in another direction. That's because that's your guides trying to like nudge you and be like, hey, you're not going this way, you're going this way, okay? And this is going to be better for you, so just wait and see. And yeah, they have to do that because I feel like well, number one of your challenges this month is to go with the flow and trust and have faith. But also it's like it's a transformation that you never would have, or that you may have accomplished yourself, but it may have taken like way longer. I don't know. I feel like lately Spirit's been changing the timelines because like of what's going on in the world collectively, like globally, and people just need to like get into place faster now than they originally thought, or not, maybe not only faster, maybe slower too, but just feels like in general the timeline for everything is changing because yeah, I mean, have you been alive for the past year and a half? You know what's been going on. Okay, I've been talking nonstop for I don't know, like almost an hour now. So yeah, I'm gonna stop here. That is all that I have to say, I believe, for our May 2021 Oracle message. Please let me know what you think about this format. I know I kind of tend to talk in really long sentences. But I don't know. I just feel like I wanted to show you all a little bit more of like what it looks like when I'm actually channeling, with the shuffling, with like how I talk to spirit, and how I think through things. When I was doing just the audio messages for the weekly oracle, it took me so long to edit everything, but like, because I want to be teaching you all how to do this for yourselves, I don't want to necessarily keep on editing everything out that is like, I don't know, not just me talking, whether it's like me thinking or like trying to interpret or, ask for clarification. I don't really want to hide any of that from you all because it's part of the process. So yeah, that's my intention. And also, I have this camera. I might as well use it, like show my face. It'll like give me an excuse to brush my hair and stuff like that. So anyway, that is this month's message. I hope you all are doing well. Look out for the, schedule of spiritual development activities. I'm going to be posting that this weekend, along with the date for the the Zoom call to discuss whatever you want to discuss. So yeah, that is it. Have a good week, and I will talk to you all soon.